Hi guys, this is Amy. Amy's a little bit of everything. Come on in, have a seat, stay a while. I'm going to do a little canning video. Well, I'm actually not going to be canning anything. I'm just going to go over a few things. I've had a few requests for some videos. I think all I did was pickles and salsa so far. I would have to go back and look. There's been so much going on. I can't remember. But anyways, I'm going to go over my green beans, what you would need. I'm also going to do a video on the green beans. I just don't have my supply yet for the second round of green beans. I got my first green beans done. That's them right here. So these are already done. And then I finished up this round. We always have 2 rounds of green beans. So this one's done and canned. And I was going to show this video, but inside of me was like, oh no, people don't want to see that. And then I had a request to show it. So I was like, darn it. But I got that round of green beans done. So I'll have to wait till my second round. But I thought I would go over a few things. And I kind of know now how to do my green beans and how to do, I've already got pickle relish. I've got tomato juice, and I got pasta sauce sitting here on the table, and those are all done. So I kind of know in my mind, you know, what it takes and what it don't take anymore. But I always go back to this book. I got this at Rural King. You probably can get it on Amazon. I'm not for sure. I don't even remember what I paid for. And like I said, it's almost, I mean, it's bent. I got good recipes in here that I'm waiting to do. I'm getting ready to do peaches and apple pie filling. But for right now, I wanted to go over, okay, so the person who wanted to know about the green beans, if you have this book, you can even Google how to can green beans. And I have wonderful sites. If you want to know some sites for to Google and to go under, I have some really good sites you can go under and do that. But I use this book, and I go on page 111, and it says beans and green, snapped, or wax. That's where I always go. And it says it will yield about 6 pints or 3 quarts. That's about what I get. I always have more than that, but I just will triple, double the recipe, whatever it is. And it says 4.5 to 7.5 pounds of beans, water, and salt. That's all you need. Okay, before you start canning, you got to make sure you have your cans. I prefer, now watch this one not be a ball. Yeah, I don't think this one is. I prefer ball jars, but through the years I've gotten hand downs. Oh, that is ball. I've got hand downs. We've got people give to us. So and I take anything. If it's cannable, I take it. But ball, I like to stick with ball, and I also like to do the lids. But you got to start there. Then you need, and of course I'm going to drop everything. And a shout out to Ellen for getting me these pretty towels. She sent me 2 batches of them, and I'm using them already, Ellen. This is to put your jars in and out of water. And these come, I got my little set in a kit. And then this is, you don't need this, but I put my lids in hot water and boil them before I put them on my cans. So this has got a magnet on it. It pops those little jar lids out of there to where I can put it on my jars. Then you'll need a funnel of some kind. Where's my other stuff? Oh, it's in my book. And then I like this. It's almost faded out. But what I'll do is I'll just take an ink pen and write. It has 1 to 4 inches marked on there. I don't know if you can see it. But this part debubbles. And then the other part measures. Because some it'll say leave headspace of 1/2 inch. Some will say 1 inch. Some will say 1/4. Whatever it may be. And that is a good ruler to have. Let's see. I get one of these candy. I think it was in the canning aisle, but you want too, whenever you're warming up your water, because my first go around, I have to watch it and make sure I get it up to 180 to sterilize my jars. But after that, it stays up there. If you're doing more and more jars, it'll stay up there. But I have one of these just in case and just for my first one. And I'm thinking that will get you started. Can't think of anything else you would need. Well, except for whatever you're canning, you may need the pressure canner. And I think I got mine for about $90 at Rural King several years ago. And like a stock pot like this. This will have to sterilize your, and depending on how big you want to go. Where's my little one at? If you just want to do like jams and jellies, that's what I always suggest people to start with. Get you a little stock pot like this. I think this was maybe $20, $29, somewhere in there. But you'll reuse it and reuse it and reuse it. So, or I know I do. And let's see. Always make sure though, when you're setting your jars, make sure you have a little lifter inside. So you don't want your jars to sit directly on the canner. You want something between the canner and your jar, because if not, your jars will bust. Okay, so for the green beans, you really just have to go. Now I'm reading this because I don't want to miss anything. I pretty much could tell you how to do it right now. But of course, you want to clean your green beans. You want to snap them. You want to snap the ends off. You want to wash them. And then it says break your beans into 2 inches. Some people like them smaller than that. It doesn't matter if you want to do them smaller or larger. I wouldn't go any larger because it's about the cooking concept. And then they have raw and hot packed. Raw packed is what I do. That is, you would boil your water and then, okay, we'll just do that. You'll have boiling water. Then the hot is where you put your beans in the boiling water for 5 minutes and blanch them. I don't do that. This is how I fill mine. I take, okay, I've got some boiling water. I've got my green beans in a bowl that I've washed. And my jars are warm because I just take them out of the sterilizer. I'm hoping this doesn't confuse anyone. I don't know if I should just do the video or keep going. I'm gonna go ahead. Because in case she wants to can her beans, she can maybe use this. Okay, so my hot water's going. My green beans are ready. I just took my jars out of the hot water. So I put this on there. I do it with my green beans because if not, they fall all over for me. You don't necessarily need it. But I put my green beans, I pack them in there as much as I can. And I think it's an inch headspace. An inch headspace. So you got to be cautious of that because you don't want them to get over your water. Okay, so I put my green beans in there. Then I get my ladle. I fill it up with the hot water. I measure it out. Well, first I debubble. So I got my green beans in there. I take this, I debubble, and I think this one you have to put salt, or I put salt in mine. Yeah, it said salt is optional. Half teaspoon salt if it's a pint, a teaspoon for a quart. So I debubble. I've already put my salt in there. Then I see if my water is up to where it tells me to do an inch, and I'm good. So then I get my vinegar, a little rag, I wipe off the edge. I take this little magnet thing, get my lid, put it on there, and I finger tight, and then I move it over here to, it depends on what you're doing. Green beans, I know it's, yeah, pressure canner. Green beans would have to be pressure canner. And so you'd need to get your pressure canner. I usually set my pressure canner here. Then that's when you take your jar and you set them in your pressure canner. You want to have you'll just have 2 inches of water in your pressure canner. You'll have that going and a little warm, not too hot. You want the water of your can to match the water in your pressure canner. Put it in there, and then we've got the pressure canner going. And I don't know if you know anything about pressure canners. I'm going to just kind of read it. You adjust your heat to medium-high. Vent steam for 10 minutes. It's hard to tell you if you've not done it. Okay, the little steamers that's on the side of, okay. So this is, I know it's filthy, but we wash it at the end of the year because there's no sense of doing it now. I mean, I wash it, just cleaning this mess up. But this would be the top of your canner. These are your steamers or your vents. You let them steam for 10 minutes where you have a rolling steam out of both of them. You time it for 10. Then you put your little, and I probably don't have them sitting around here. Oh, there we go. You put your vents on there. They'll go down all the way. Put them on there. Then your pressure, my pressure is 10. You'll have to find out what your pressure is in your state. Mine is 10. Then, once it gets up to 10, then you pressure can it to however long. Green beans. Oh gosh, my hand just got something sticky. Hold on. Oh, it does have something sticky on it. Okay. Green beans, pints, 20 minutes. Quart is 25 minutes. And then after you do your quarts for 25 or pints, whatever you got, once your beeper goes off, you're done. Then what you do is you come over here, you just turn it off. You don't unsteam it, you don't mess with it. Just turn it off. You let the pressure come down to 0, and then you can get your jars out. Now, I know that's a quick rundown of a pressure canner, because pressure canners, I always have people, can they explode? Can they do this? Can they do that? And yeah, they can. I mean, I've heard of people, it exploding on them. And thank God, I've never had an issue like that. But you got to stay with your canner. You got to be here. You could be in the other room, but come back in here. Check your pressure. Because you don't want that pressure. My pressure never gets over 10. As long as I have it marked on my oven where I should have it at for medium heat. And if I do that, I'm good. So, you know, just don't take this video and try to can something, because I don't want somebody to, you know, have damage, you know, hurt them or a loved one or their kitchen, tear their kitchen up. But, you know, make sure you get the book. Make sure you know what you're doing. Like I say, start with jellies, start with jams, something like that. Now, jellies and jams will be just bath canner. But start with something like that. I did, and I felt better with it. And then you slowly work yourself up to where you'll have a full kitchen of all canning stuff. But yeah, don't just jump right in. Take what I said and go for it. You need to get you, I guess I could hold this up. And it's going to be backwards, but if you screenshot it, there's what I get it from. And then it has that little bit up here. At least maybe if you get that, maybe that will help too. So, and do it at your own risk. You know, I won't be there to help you or anything. So, or do it with a friend. Me and my niece used to come. She used to come over and we started out jellies and jams. And it helped having somebody with you, because there would be one step that I might forget or one step she would forget. And we'd both be like, oh no, remember when? Or we got to do that. And then we would remember. And now it's just, it comes easy flow, you know. I mean, I hate to say that because I still forget things. Don't think I'm sitting here thinking I'm Miss Canner of the Year. I am not Miss Canner of the Year. I can forget things just as easy as anyone can. Okay, now one thing that I have never done, let me find it again. I lost my page. I got it from the same book, page 157. I love spaghetti squash. I've had it before. I love it. And you can almost eat it like pasta. But I've never made it. And I've always wanted to grow the plant, put it back. And I didn't know if I canned it or if I froze it. I don't know if I can can it, but I do know you can freeze it. Let's see, what else did this book say? Let's see. Oh, it just says spaghetti frozen. Spaghetti squash frozen. That's all it's saying here. It doesn't say that they even recommend you freeze it or can it. I don't think it would taste right canned because it's supposed to be like spaghetti pasta, you know. But here it is. It's on page 157 and it says squash, spaghetti. Cut squash in half. And I wish I would have shown that last night because that's what I did last night. But I cut it in half. I took all the seeds out. I placed the squash in a baking dish, about a 1/2 inch of water. And then I turned it like I cut it in the middle, then I turned them this way. I don't know how it says here, but anyways. And then I put 350, and then it just says until tender. So I put mine, I started out 15 minutes, and I think by the time I got done, I think I cooked it for 45 minutes, and that was, oh, it was even smelling good. I mean, if you like it, you'll know what I mean. The smell was great. So it took me about 45 minutes, and it says take a fork, you know, see how tender it is. And this stuff is really hot, so you'll have to be careful. And then it says just take it. I just would pick it up. I let mine sit out for about an hour, maybe even longer. But you just take it, and then you just start scraping it like this with a fork. And it just comes like spaghetti. I've got it over here. I'll show you. And then after you do that, into strands, you cool it, and then you can place it in a plastic freezer jar or freezer container. I think I'm going to put mine in bags. Let me tell you why. I don't really have freezer space to put a jar in there. And then I was going to do, I got some of these containers, because I'm going to put my cabbage slaw in these and freeze them. And then I thought, well, I could put them in here, fill it up, put that in the freezer. Well, I didn't really want to do that. I mean, I was kind of, what can I do? So I had these freezer bags, and I think this is what I'm going to do. Okay, this is what it looks like. And it just looks like spaghetti. And that is probably, I think maybe four or five. I had one large one, and then the rest were mediums. Okay, and I wish I'd have showed them last night. I wish I would have done it all in my video, but I didn't. Okay, so this is how I think I'm going to store mine. I got these bags. And see, it's me and Jeff is here, but if we have family over, I want to be able to add to it if we're having, like, if I need to use this. I probably wouldn't have only this. If I'm fixing spaghetti for the family, I would first see if they like this first. But so I don't know who really likes it, who don't. So if it's just me and Jeff eating it, I think, let me see what these are. I got these quart freezer bags. Are these Glad quart freezer bags, and I think I'm going to put a nice helping, you know, in here, because I'd like to get them laid flat and stack them on top of each other. I think that would be better for room space using the bags instead of using the containers. And then I think what I'm going to do is put them in this, stack them up, and maybe somehow get them in the freezer gallon off-brand. I think I got it at Dollar General. These, and then I will have them all together, because all of them, you know how things get loose, and I know I'll have like everything wrote on there that I need, but I'm scared this will get away from me and I'll get one lost. And but if you put them in here, see, that one fits in there perfectly, and you could maybe stack whatever you can stack in there. And then I've got them all in here, and then as I use them, I can take one out or more. And, you know, I hate to use plastic in bags, but in this case, I think it's better than trying to go over there and get the storage containers. Those are reusable, and I can reuse them every year, but the baggies just, to me, seem more reasonable right now. So let me wash my hands again, and I will show you the exact way I would do this. Okay. But if you want to do any canning, I suggest to get you a book. Or like I said, oh, I just did not want to touch my face. My bangs are driving me crazy. Hold on a minute. My hands are clean. It'll be family that'll eat, you know, but I just try to be as clean as I can. Okay, I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to aim you down. And, oh shoot, maybe not. Maybe I won't aim you down. My camera's a little heavy. Maybe if I put those there. Okay. Okay. So I'll take my baggie, and I'll try to separate these as much as I can. I would also have liked to lay this out on a table and let them, they're dry. They're not wet or anything. They're cold because they've been, I will probably, I don't know how well you can see that, loosely put them in my bag. And it'll take some time. And they're not wet or anything. They're just cold from being in the refrigerator. I've had them out for a while. And just shake them loosely, get them like that. And I want them to be like this, so when I get them out and thaw them, I want them to be just like, there's a chunk there. I want them to just be like spaghetti, you know, like spaghetti noodles. But I love the taste of this squash. Let me see if that might be enough. Now see, for me and Jeff, that would probably be a good helping right there. I might put a little bit more up here. I might fill in the edges. I might. I'm not really for sure yet. But see, it's just like pasta. That's what it looks like. I want to loosen that up a little bit for my next go around. But it's almost like pasta. Well, it is like pasta. And to me, it's better because I like this taste. So, let me come back. So then, after I would fill this up to the way I want it, I'd try to, you know, I would get all the air out. I'm just showing you this as an example. Okay, I'd squeeze as much air out, or you could even do the freezer bags. We have those, but I don't really want to use them on this. And then you would take this, and then whenever you pull them out to unthaw them, you just lay them out, or you could even take them out and start shaking them out. And then you put them in your bag, and then you could stack a couple there. I write on out here. I'd also write on here just in case, you know, somebody pulled one out and didn't use it. Then I let all the air out. I'd seal that, and then you can put it in your freezer. Okay. Okay, so that's what I'm working on today. And then I meant to work on it earlier, but I've been just busy. You guys know how it is. Also, I've got, Kroger had a sale on peaches. Let me see what time I got. And I'm going to be, now see, this book has a peach recipe, but my niece, and it has an apple recipe, and I've got apples that I got on sale. But Josie pulled this canned apple pie filling, and it is the best. She got it from, I'm just going to hold this up because it's almost, and I know it's backwards. Just do the best you can. And if not, I could put it in the description. And I'm sorry, I am shaking. I took my prednisone and I'm kind of on a high right now. But yeah, it's canned apple pie filling. This is the best apple pie filling that I've ever had. So I just whip this out every year. And like I got all those apples. And I probably won't can them all for apple pie filling. I'll probably just can apples. Oh my, it just started pouring down rain. But I'll do that, probably the canned apples I'll do from my book because I like their canned apples. Then, let's see, where's the peaches at? Hold on, I got it in here. I had to print me out a new one the other day because this one, the old one was wore down. I had it wore down. Okay, homemade peach pie filling. I love this pie filling. And it was, I got it off of, because I just did it today, thekitchenwhisperer.net. And she is the best. I mean, I've gotten really good recipes off of her. If it's not the ball recipes, then I go to that one, The Kitchen Whisper. I go to her. But the homemade peach pie filling, this is the best. And like I said, I probably won't can all of it as peach pie because we just might want to do peaches. I just might want to do cooked down peaches. You know, I don't want to just... Jeff came in. We got no-bake oatmeal cookies from our neighbor. He brought some over, and he didn't close the bag. And I'm going to have one of these later, and I want them sealed and good. I don't know. I forgot what I was saying. But anyways, that's probably what I'm going to be. I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to go to the peaches, and then I'll do the apples. I don't know if I'll do them today, but and I'll try to do a video on the peaches because I do have some people out there that's interested in this. Canning is getting to be an old thing because not a lot of people do it anymore. There's still some of us out there that love it and we do it, but we plant a garden. Some people say it's not money saving, it's wasting your time. But we have already all of our cans, all of our jars. We've already got everything. So for us, you know, we've already invested in everything. So now it's just getting the fruit or the vegetables in here, getting them worked up, putting them on. And they don't take me very long anymore because once you find out what you're doing, you're good. You're good to go. So I think that's about it. I think I'm going to stop here. And I'll get my peaches ready and we'll go from there. All right, guys, if you have any questions, and always safety first. I'm a nurse. I always say safety first. I know anybody would, even a canner that's not a nurse. I'm just saying nurses, we think safety, breathing, you know. They kind of drain it into your head. But, and like I said, I love this book. It's got a lot of information. It tells you how to cook down stuff, freezer, dehydrate. I was trying to think of just what all this does. Meal creations, 1 meal in a jar, freezing, dehydrating. And then there's something called something extra. What's the something extra? Like sweet and savory foods, cherry apple jam, cranberry cider jelly. Just has all that kind of stuff. And pizza, what's the pizza thing? Zucchini bread and butter pickles. Sweet, sour. What's the pizza thing? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's your freeze your vegetables to make. Yeah, low acid foods, high acid foods. It tells you, you know, what you would need. And it actually shows you pictures on how, if you're beginning, on the steps. And it shows you how to do it. Which you know, hey, if you're a beginner, get started. Do it now. And jars do go on sale. I had one lady tell me, well, jars don't go on sale and you have to pay some price. No, I just went to Walmart and they were having a sale on all their canning stuff. And I got 4 boxes of quarts. Let me see if I have a box. Now, this is for my people who don't know. You know, I'm just going to show it. I got 4 of these. They were regular, I think, $14.99. And I got them for $9.99. Then I bought the little pint size because pint size I was completely out of. I did have some quarts I could still can with, but I knew I'd already had a batch of green beans, and I knew I'm getting another batch. So I thought, hey, go buy them. And I didn't think I'd need jars, but this year has been plentiful. We have been blessed beyond measure, and I thank God every day for it. But what was I gonna say? I'm forgetful today. But anyways, the jars, you can get them for sale. Now the lids, Rural King and those places are all running about the same. I do sometimes go to Amazon and I can get them there. I did order some. I didn't have any more. We went through all of our wide mouth lids. So I did just recently buy some of these off of Amazon. I really don't know how much. I can't remember how much I paid for them. But they were almost better than anywhere I could find. So, all right, guys, put a smile on your face. It'll put a smile on somebody else's face, and then it's a win-win situation. Sprinkle smiles. All right, God bless. Have a good day. Bye.